In March, you told us that you practically broke your arm patting yourself on the back for not voting in January to just eliminate the ACA. You told us that that was because you didn't think that healthcare could be solved in a couple of months. It's too complicated. It took you 3 weeks. 3 weeks to go from it's too complicated and it can't be done quickly to I've got a huge pile of excrement here that is a horrible mess of a bill that 17% of the population wanted, that the CBO said was going to kick 24 million people off of health insurance. 3 weeks, Congressman. 3 weeks, Tommy boy. That's all it took for you to go from I'm not going to do it that quickly to I've got a yes vote in my pocket and I'm going to use it. They took that vote off the bill because they knew that it wasn't going to pass. I thought, thank God, we're not going to have to do that. A couple of days, a couple more days, and then suddenly we got the MacArthur Amendment. Congratulations. You're in history now. You're in the national spotlight. And that's one thing I want to talk about, the national spotlight. You keep talking about all the constituents that you have to adhere to. And over in this county, they believe one thing, and over in this county, they believe another thing. And you're trying to thread that needle. Well, you haven't threaded it at all. Everyone that is going to be losing from this, you have not addressed. You have not addressed it properly. You have not addressed it fully. You have ignored us. I have called your office incessantly, and I get people who don't know what's going on. I don't get any return phone calls. If I ever fax or email, I get a form letter that informs me about what I contacted you about and why you can't do anything about it because it's still in committee. You look forward to taking my opinions into consideration. You have not taken my opinions into consideration. Too complicated. It's not going to get done in months. 3 weeks. I don't understand.
What's your question?
Oh, we haven't even begun. I'm not done with you yet. I got the mic, and I'm not going anywhere. Turn off the power. I got a very loud voice. This ain't over.
Before I let him finish, which I will, this is from 2017. This is from 2017 when Donald Trump was going on his tirade to break and dismantle and get rid of the ACA. This was before John McCain saved it with his infamous thumbs down. But this is what cost Republicans the 2018 midterms. And it wasn't just that one town hall, right? They were everywhere.
In North Dakota, Congressman Kevin Kramer heard from a woman with a disabled child. She asked him not to repeal Obamacare, with her family facing bankruptcy.
This is what $3.5 million looks like. And she's 2 years old.
A man upset for the woman started walking towards the congressman. Another town hall participant then grabbed his neck.
Raise my taxes and give it to that woman and take the billionaire's money and give it to that woman. Here, don't be pandering to the billionaires. Here you go. Take it.
That's too far.
Both he and the man who grabbed his neck were taken out by police. Then there was this woman asking a question to Republican Congressman Rod Blum in Iowa about how he could still support President Trump.
It's how come Bill Clinton could get impeached over a and this thing that's in the White House now brings the Russians into the Oval Office with their news cameras. Why is he not being impeached?
The answer didn't satisfy most in this audience.
No proof so far of any collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia.
Representative Blum held 3 other town halls this week and ended up leaving this mostly combative one without even telling the audience goodbye. Gary Tuchman, CNN, Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Why am I showing you clips from 2017? Well, history repeats itself, and lessons will be taught until they are learned. One of the only things holding this administration together, one of the biggest defenses that they hide behind, is this popular mandate. The people wanted this. We live in a democracy. The people voted for this. He got the majority. The people love this. We're getting what we voted for. Promises made, promises kept. That's the response to everything. Why does he do these illegal actions? Well, because the people wanted it. Why did he appoint these people? Well, because the people wanted it. Anytime a Republican gets pushed on anything, they hide behind the fact that, well, Donald Trump wants it and the people want Donald Trump. And so that is why it will get done. If you break that, if you point out that no, actually, the people didn't want this. The people didn't vote for this. People didn't vote for the rewriting of the Constitution. People didn't vote for a bunch of barely adolescent boys gaining access to the Treasury Department secrets. People didn't vote for pulling out of any world organizations, the Paris Climate Accords, the World Health Organization, potentially NATO, potentially the UN. Like, people didn't vote for that. People didn't vote to have Tulsi Gabbard as DNI. Most people don't even know that she went to Syria to meet with Bashar al-Assad. Most people don't even know that she's a regular reader of RT News and that she loves Putin and that Russia calls her Russia's sweetheart. Most people didn't vote for that. Most people actually voted for the price of eggs, which is high, by the way, which is going up, by the way. But if Republicans acknowledge that, if Republicans accept that reality, then everything that they're doing that's illegal is just illegal. And everything that they're doing is wrong is just wrong. It's not righteous anymore because they have the people behind them and because they're fighting for the people. It's just a bunch of billionaires next to an old guy with dementia whispering in his ear what to do.
If you want to make something better, you could have made the ACA better directly. You could have made sure that all the funding that you're saying that we need right now, just put it in there. Introduce a bill. Show me what you're made of. Show me that you know what's going on, that you can actually do something instead of siding with people that clearly, by the virtue of their own words, do not care. They want their money back. That's their version of compassion.
But Republicans are feeling pressure. Republicans are getting PTSD from this time. They're getting PTSD from 2017, from when they lost so many seats in the midterms because of the ACA attacks. And so Mike Johnson and Richard Hudson decided the embarrassment had to end, and they told Republicans to stop hosting public events, or the town halls. Because what does an authoritarian regime do when there are dissenting voices? They suppress those dissenting voices. No one is allowed to make their voices heard. No one is allowed to counteract or to go against the Trump regime without being punished accordingly. And this is where we come into play, okay? Democrats. Tim Walz, who should have been our vice president, is going on a tour, kind of, where he's going on town halls in red districts, in red areas, because Republicans won't. And Republicans are very mad about this. Fox is so mad about this. Governor Tim Walz won't solve Democrats' quote, massive brand problem. Former vice presidential candidate is hosting town halls in Republican-held congressional districts in Iowa and Nebraska. I love this. I think this is beautiful. I love Iowa too. Maybe we could get Ann Seltzer in there for some support. So Governor Walz is going to Nebraska in Don Bacon's district, Representative Bacon, to which he responded, first, Nebraska Democrats brought in Bernie Sanders, the most liberal senator, to the district. Now they're bringing in the most liberal governor in America. Perhaps at the town hall, Governor Walz can finally clarify what army rank he actually retired at and when the supposed combat deployment he used to talk about occurred. If he wants to call into our town hall, he can answer these questions. This false equivalency is insane. Bro, where are the documents that Donald Trump flushed down the toilet in Mar-a-Lago? Donald Trump, how many times did you converse with Putin when you were not the president of the United States? Donald Trump, did you actually send Putin COVID tests during COVID when we were facing a COVID test shortage? What the idea that Governor Walz and this stupid army rank, this stupid supposed combat deployment, because they think that he never actually went to war, that this is what they have to cling on to, this is pathetic. The American people spoke loud and clear in November. They voted for change. I'm delivering to secure the border, unleash U.S. energy, and cut taxes for working Americans. If out-of-state Democrats want to call a fundraiser a forum, they should join us at our listening sessions where Iowans help drive real results. Next week, I begin my Air Force Reserve duty. I hope the Senate avoids a Schumer shutdown so our troops continue to get paid. Like I said, they always resort to this popular mandate. They voted for this, the people voted for this. I didn't vote for this, you didn't vote for this. I'm sure a lot of people in America didn't vote for this. A lot of people in these districts didn't vote for this. And those are the people that matter most. You're still constituents. Left or right, red or blue, Democrat or Republican, you still are a constituent of your state and you still deserve to have your state representing your best interests. So make your voices heard, go to your local town hall. Thank you guys for watching and have a great night.